Good Wednesday, everyone, and Happy New Year. It's hard to believe it's 2025, but here we are. USA mortgage level of concern, level 0. We have no big weather worries for our New Year day, and that is certainly a good way to start off the new year. Premier Generators brings us our winter weather threat level. And for Friday, it's a low end risk for snow. I'm still monitoring that very closely. More and more of the guidance is coming in line with my thoughts. And it's just a typical scenario for us to get snow showers and snow flurries on the plateau. And with the cold ground and the roads are going to be cold at that point, much colder than they are now, we could see some travel impacts from that. Probably nothing significant, but it only takes one slick spot to cause problems on the plateau. So I'll continue to watch this and keep a close eye on it for you. And of course, we have our Sunday night threat that's been so well advertised. Looking at a wintry mix, it looks like that'll be impacting the plateau, at least for the onset of the precipitation, with impacts to travel likely Sunday night. So I would keep that in mind. If you have anywhere you need to be, this is definitely something for you to keep in mind. Clearview Closet and Blind brings us our 5-day forecast, and we got those flurries. You might see a flurry flying around out there today. Don't be too shocked. Highs only in the mid to upper 30s, dropping down in the low 20s tonight. Thursday, we're partly cloudy, highs around 40. And then Friday, we have another system coming in, a clipper-like system, we call it. Just a quick shot of clouds and some flurries and snow showers, especially on the western edges of the plateau. That's where these systems tend to favor. You've heard me mention that many times before. Keeping the precip chance at 30% for now, but don't be surprised if I raise that. Highs only getting to just above freezing, it looks like. Winds gusting to 25 miles per hour. You are going to be easily reminded that it's January by the time we get to Friday. Dropping down to 13 Friday night. Ouch. Saturday, partly cloudy. Just a light breeze, so nothing to worry about with wind chill factor too much there. But we probably won't even get above freezing on Saturday, and then we drop back down in the mid-teens. Sunday, we kick in an east breeze at about 10 miles per hour, and that's going to help modify that Arctic air just a bit. That's going to get us up into the mid to upper 30s. It looks like most of Sunday is probably going to be okay. The morning hours are still, like I did in the update last night, I still think the morning hours of Sunday are going to be fine. It's after the noon hour that we start seeing some issues with some potential winter precipitation, especially Sunday night, it looks like, and especially before midnight. So if you've got travel plans before midnight, it looks like that could be impacted by some wintry mix. But I've got a question mark there for a reason. That forecast still has a lot of questions at that point. So I've done the update the last couple of nights, and I used this graphic. I modified this to use last night, and I continue to stick with this today. I'm feeling more and more confident that Sunday's system will move in the evening hours of Sunday into the overnight, bringing an onset of light snow, which transitions to freezing rain and sleet. And then before either of those can become significant, in other words, before those can create problems with trees and power lines, it changes over to plain rain. But it doesn't avoid travel impacts. We all know it doesn't take much at all to cause travel issues on the Cumberland Plateau. So I still look for high impacts to travel, but not high impacts to trees and power lines as it looks right now. I've felt this way for a while now, and I still continue. My confidence is increasing in that thought. And then it changes to rain, and it rains. And then on the back side of it on Monday, we transition back to snow, and we get some light snow. And we usually, out of these situations, get an inch or two of snow. So I'll keep an eye on that and let you know. So, and certainly an impactful system, but hopefully we can avoid the ice storm or even the significant snowstorm that they'll see. Looks like the snow is really going to be up around Louisville, Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky, and points north of there. And with icy situations possible throughout the state of Kentucky. That is still close, and things could still change. So please stay tuned for updates. On this day in 1964, we had 5 inches of snow on the plateau. What a way to kick off the new year. 1977, the high in Crossville was only 14. Ouch. 1989, those who woke up New Year's morning unable to see much farther than the end of their nose had a good excuse, at least in the central U.S. There was dense fog from Texas to Wisconsin. 1958, Explorer 1 is launched by NASA. That was our first satellite launched by the U.S. 2 hours after the launch, antennas in California confirmed it was in orbit. That satellite discovered the radiation belts that encircle the Earth. We call those the Van Allen belts, and we certainly have to make modifications for those and accommodations for those when we send astronauts into space. You folks have a wonderful New Year day and keep looking up. And for more weather information to keep up with all this crazy weather, download the Meteorologist Mark app. It's free, or follow me, meteorologistmark.com.